Hey everybody, and welcome to my channel. This is my first video. I love the space and I love the conversations that we're having today about guys and girls and where the roles lie. And in today's video, we're going to be reviewing and reacting to a video called Why Dating Sucks in 2021. So without any further delay, let's get it.
Period.
Girls can never say they want it.
Women, do not lower your standards for no man. If y'all know what y'all want, you make sure you get it, and that's on period.
So you know what you want. Let's run that back. Let you hear it one more time.
Women, do not lower your standards for no man. If y'all know what y'all want, you make sure you get it, and that's on period.
So she said, if you know what you want, don't lower your standards. Well, I think the problem with that is that a lot of people, women in general, and I think women specifically, don't know where the line is and as far as standards are concerned. A lot of women want to say they want a high value man. They want a man who makes this amount of money, X amount of money, but they don't want to play the role that men are needing them to play. So I'm all for women wanting whatever they want, but you've got to qualify to get it. You know what I'm saying? Let's continue.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is Tony Brienne, and my channel is all about beauty, fashion, and discovery. And if you guys want to see more content from me, please go ahead and click that subscribe button right now down below. In today's video, we are going to be talking about why dating sucks in 2021. If you clicked on this video, you're probably feeling the same exact way as me, because it feels like there's like no options out there. Okay.
All right, so we're going to stop there. She basically said that there are no options out there. The problem is with most women is that it's not that there aren't any options out there. It's just not the options you want. So most women qualify for a specific type of man, and most women don't understand the fact that they have to qualify for a specific type of man, and they don't like it. Just like a man has to qualify for a specific type of woman. So if a woman looks a certain way and she wants a man with a certain amount of money, we kind of have to accept that, and most men do accept that. But now on the flip side of that is that when a man has a certain amount of status and power and money and things of that nature, then he's going to want a woman that fits that bill. So if you are, let's say, out of touch with whatever it is that men want, then you got to understand that this is why you're not getting the outcomes that you are looking for. Let's continue.
And that goes for men and women, I suppose. I mean, I'm not dating women, but I made a TikTok about how I think all men are like trash these days, and I got a lot of men that aren't.
All men are trash these days? Wow. So she looks relatively young, right? I'm not sure how old she is, but she looks relatively young. So you have to understand men, and this is where a lot of women don't understand men. So they'll sit down on their cute little bed, and they have the cute little background and their cute little world, and then they'll tell you about all their cute little interactions with the guys that they have to deal with. Well, the problem with that is that if you're a young lady and you're looking for a guy of a certain stature, you're not going to find him if he's around your age unless he was born with a silver spoon in his mouth. Most guys aren't. When I say most, I'm talking 99% of us. 99% of men are not born wealthy. So unless you found a man that was born into wealth, he's got to generate his own. He's got to build his own wealth, and that takes time. Most men don't hit their financial stride until they're in their 40s. Understand that. Most men don't hit their financial stride until they're in their 40s. So if you're saying there aren't any good men out there, if you're talking financially, then there's your answer. And if you're talking about like cheating and all this other stuff like that, then maybe it's your choice of men. If you're choosing bad boys, you get what you go after, right? That's on you. So, and you also have to understand too, just like women, men start to mature a little bit later on in life. So you got to understand that as well. Let's continue.
Like, I don't even want to say men, boys that aren't even at my level, like getting so angry and butthurt.
See, she said boys.
I'm gonna try and be nice this time. I was gonna name this video "Why Men Suck in 2021," but I think I'm just gonna have it as "Why Dating Sucks," because it does go both ways. Like, I feel you, it goes both ways, because some women are sucking out
yes,
here
it
and are
does.
subpar as well.
Yes, it does.
But I don't date women. I wish I did, but I don't. I'm just like not attracted to women in that way. And
well, I mean, you could date women. I mean, to most men, it's not going to bother us one way or the other. And I'll tell you why. Black women outnumber black men in the United States among the dateable population by 2 million. Yeah, let that sink in for just 1 second. Black women outnumber black men by 2 million. Also understand that white women outnumber white men by the same amount, by 2 million. So if you talk about just the two, black women and white women, you guys outnumber men by 4 million of the dateable population. 4 million. So if you want to turn lesbian, guys ain't really tripping about that. Let's get it.
On a romantic level. Before we even start, let me just say this. This doesn't really have to like really do with me, because most of the guys I talk to have not been that horrible. I think I've talked to like one horrible guy that was like cool too.
Okay, so why are we making this video? Like, if all the guys you talked to, there was only one horrible guy, just one, right? And I'm fairly certain, let's say she talked to 10 guys total. Only one guy was horrible. That's only 10%. So who else does she need to be talking about? She has to be talking about the women. If she's only met one horrible guy, just from her dating experience, right?
Like, disgusting. But everybody else was like really, they weren't bad for the most part. They just weren't my husband, and I knew it. And I'm looking for a husband out here. So I'm really like using like other women's stories and what I see and like my peers and what they tell me, and just a little bit of what I went through, just a little bit, because yeah, like I said, no guy I've talked to was that horrible. They just
see, there it is again. I'm going off of what my girlfriend said and my peers, and here's the horror stories that I've heard. But you know who complains? People who are in bad situations complain. People who are in great situations don't complain. They don't say, oh, this is horrible, this is bad. I very rarely, and I hang out with a lot of married people, I've never heard a wife say, you know what, ladies, my husband is the greatest man ever. You don't hear that all the time. So most women, especially single women, hang out with other single women. And this is why I give props to some of the other content creators out there, because single women keep other women single. So now she's skeptical of all men because of her single friends. So who are you supposed to be listening to in this situation? You shouldn't be listening to your single friends. If you want to know about men and life with men, talk to married women. That's who you talk to. Someone who's in the situation, but you don't talk to people who don't know what they're talking about.
My husband and didn't do what I expected a husband to do, I guess. I don't know. Let's just start with the list. I have a list of why I think dating sucks in 2021. So without further ado, let's just get straight into this video. Number 1. Our generation has an infatuation with cheating. Cheating is so incredibly normalized. We have women who are bosses who don't even need to go back to these men, going back to these men. And we have men who are doing the cheating who aren't even close to being great guys. And
so I'm going to pause it right there. Now, granted, there are some guys who aren't great guys. So I want to highlight something she just said. She said women who are bosses, right? Let's go back 30 seconds and let her say this one more time. And I want to highlight one thing for you guys.
My husband and didn't do what I expected a husband to do, I guess. I don't know. Let's just start with the list. I have a list of why I think dating sucks in 2021. So without further ado, let's just get straight into this video. Number 1. Our generation has an infatuation with cheating. cheating is so incredibly normalized. We have women who are bosses who don't.
So we're gonna stop right there. Women who are bosses. Women who are bosses. So I want to point something out that I don't think I've heard any other content creator point out. When someone says I'm a boss, that is narcissism. Let's call it like it is. If you're walking around referring to yourself as a boss bee or a boss lady or a boss girl or a bad bee, anything like that, you are a narcissist. Guys, if you are encountered by a woman who refers to herself as a bad bee or I'm a boss, she's a narcissist, bruh. Run for the hills. Run for the hills. Like I illustrated before, gentlemen, there are 2 million more women in this country of the dateable population than there are men. You don't have to deal with someone who's a narcissist. If she's a narcissist and she's calling herself a boss this and boss that, then leave her. Leave her, bro. I'll tell you, look, this is what I think of women who say that.
She belongs to the streets.
Goddamn right. She
belongs to the streets.
Let the streets have her. If she want to think she's a boss, let somebody else deal with that. You don't have to deal with that, bro. Not even close. Not even close. Let's roll on.
We need to go back to these men, going back to these men, and we have men who are doing the cheating who aren't even close to being great guys in general, and they're not even worth the time doing the cheating, and vice versa, because some of you women are out here damaging the good guys, and you know, men in their egos, like, they can't go back for like another 10 years, and you're just ruining the chances for the rest of us. Like, if you're gonna cheat in a relationship, that most likely means you're not ready for one. Why cheat if you could be single? I don't get it. I genuinely.
She makes a good point there. In this day and age, there's that hookup culture, right? So you really don't have to be in a relationship to get the goodies. So I mean, she's got a good point. Why cheat? Just stay single, do you, and I mean, until you're ready, right? Until you're ready.
Do not get it. It has never crossed my mind in a million years to cheat on my partner. I just don't understand. Like, I could be with the ugliest dude ever that has, like, that's just crappy and horrible, and I won't cheat. I'll just leave. I don't get it. Like, come on. I think cheating is bottom barrel emotional abuse, and I'm just gonna say it like that. I think cheating is emotional abuse, whether you're a man or a woman. If you cheat,
I'm gonna have to agree with that. Cheating, I would co-sign. That is some emotional abuse. I've been cheated on before. It's not fun. It is not fun.
You are literally scum on the bottom of a shoe, and
right?
I just hope karma comes and bites you in the butt, because that's not cool. You literally will ruin someone by cheating. Like, I'm still trying to recover from that. Like, I don't trust any guy. Like, it's so bad. Like, I've been cheated on before, and I was cheated on by someone I really trusted, and I'm still trying to just not let that person ruin all my.
Not to deter or detract from the conversation at hand, but is that a weave? Is that a wig she has on? I'm distracted. I mean, I've never seen hair that straight. Like, I think she's got something on her head. I'm sorry, my bad.
Or future relationships, because I just don't trust anyone. I just don't want to give my all in to get hurt again. Like, you would think that someone, like, the people you trust the most or you think would never hurt you, they're the ones that hurt you the most. Just seeing the comments underneath the Justin LA Boys post on Instagram, if y'all know that account, y'all know. If you don't know, find out in the comments down below. The amount of women and men that, like, talk about cheating and, like, they joke about it like it's funny, like, either whether they're getting cheated on or doing the cheating is just so sad. Like, child, relationships are just a joke these days. Like, people really don't take that commitment seriously, because, like I said, if you're my boyfriend, isn't the purpose for us to get married? Because that's, like, the next step. What am I dating you for if I don't see you as a husband? But you know what? It is what it is. That's the number one reason why I say dating in 2021 sucks. On to the next. Number 2, men give the bare minimum, okay? Now, this could go for women as well, but I feel like, this is how I feel. Like I said, I'm a traditionalist. I feel like men should be swooning and trying to pursue a woman by, I guess, what do you call them? Courting them. men don't open car doors. Like, let me stop because I said y'all can get offended.
Yeah. Don't generalize. But look, here's the deal. Chivalry is dead. Just for the most part, chivalry is dead, and women killed it. Absolutely, women killed it. 80% of single parent homes are ran by single mothers. And who is teaching the men that you want, lady? Who's teaching these men to be gentlemen, to open car doors and to do things of this nature? You know, walk on the side of the curb when you're walking on the sidewalk. Bring flowers on a first date. You know, walk her up to her door. You know, things of that nature. You know, put your jacket over a puddle. Like, who's teaching them this? Like, yes, fathers should be putting this in their son's ear, but at the same time, moms, get on your game. She's looking for a good man, and I don't blame her because she's looking for somebody that most women should have. But ladies, you got to get on your game. Get on your game. Teach these boys to be gentlemen.
Comments, it's always brokies. Like, y'all say, it's always the brokies. Like, you can't even date me. You can't get next to me. But anyways.
You know what? It doesn't strike a nerve. It really doesn't. Because I can't be mad at her for wanting what she wants. I can't be mad at her for wanting what she wants. If she don't want the broke dude, it is what it is. I mean, you can't be mad at that. But you got to also understand, too, like if she was on the heavy side and the dude was like, nah, baby, you a little too heavy. It just is what it is. That's just the way culture is. Women want to be protected and provided for. And a lot of people think, and guys, this is a little scoop right here for you. Little nugget, little tidbit. Protecting her doesn't always mean, it means that too, but doesn't always mean going up somebody's head. You know what I'm saying? Or popping somebody in the mouth if they say something slick to her. That's not what it always means. It means protecting her also ties into providing for her, because if you are her husband and you have children and you are raising your family in a seedy part of the town or a seedy neighborhood, you're not on your game. You're not protecting your family if you're raising them somewhere that's dangerous. You got to raise your family somewhere where they're going to be safe, where your kids can walk to school in peace. Not that it's safe to have your kids walk to school, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't even let your kids outside to play, you got to question your priorities. You got to question where you're living. So, and you got to do a little bit more as a man. I'm sorry to say it, but you got to do a little bit more as a man to get your family in that good position. So I'm not really mad at her for saying what she just said.
A lot of men, well, let me just say this, it's not the norm for a man to open car doors. They don't bring you flowers on your first date. They don't check in and make sure you're home. You know, some men don't even wait until you get into the door before they drive off. What? Like, this is ridiculous. I'm like, who is raising these boys?
You already know who's raising them. You already know. You already know who's raising them. Come on, think about it for just 1 second. Who is raising them? And you got an issue with that? Now you need to take that up with the people who are doing the raising.
Don't get it. Like, it's just the little things. After you get the girl you want, you don't stop. You keep going. Yes, get her. If she's into flowers, give her flowers every Wednesday, or surprise her with flowers every once in a while. Write her a letter. And I think women, you guys should do the same thing. Like, I feel like in relationships, like, it's okay to, like, be sentimental a little bit. Like, in my next relationship, I'm going to be doing all the romantic, lovey-dovey stuff, because I just think it's nice to do, and for both parties to do it, like the man and the woman. I think in the beginning, a man definitely needs to pursue a woman and they need to put their 100% in. But once they do that and you see that they really like you, you should be doing it as well, you know? Like, just like little things. Like, for me, I'm not like the type when I'm dating, like, to like...
I gotta agree with her. She's on point there. If he's putting that energy into you, you need to reciprocate that amount of energy. You need to let him know that you're fully interested. And on the flip side too, if you're not interested and he's putting some energy out there, you need to set him down gently. Like she said before, don't damage him for the next person. That's not cool either. So go ahead and do what's right. If you're cool with him and you like him, then reciprocate. If you don't and you're not feeling him like that, then let him go for him to go find his happiness somewhere else. But let that dude find his happiness.
Just do random gifts and blah blah blah. I'm more so like I'll go out all out for you like on the holidays, your birthday, and sometimes even randomly. But like there's just certain customs I think that men should follow. But yeah, everybody gives the bare minimum. No one really tries. People just think kicking it inside your basement at your mom's house is cool and watching movies. No, take me out. Like I don't get it. But yeah, that's my number 2 reason.
But see, you also got to understand, like I illustrated before, if you're dating somebody that's in his early to mid 20s and he don't have a lot of money, there's not a lot he can do. Now, yeah, he can take you on picnics. He can take you, for a walk and, something, maybe go get you an ice cream cone or something like that. But if he's in if he's a full-time student and he doesn't have a lot of money, you gotta understand that. But if these are guys that are working, yeah, he needs to put a little more effort into it. And if he's in his mid to late 20s and living in his mama's house down in the basement, then I think you've made a bad choice and selecting him. Don't date him. If he's living in his basement in his mid to late 20s, then you need to move on to the next dude. You're making a bad choice with this guy. Not that he's a bad guy. I'm not saying he is, but you're making a bad choice if you're expecting him to be a provider and he's living in his mother's basement.
Right. It's giving the bare minimum. So how are we supposed to get into these amazing relationships if everyone's giving the bare minimum? I don't know. Okay. Number 3, the dates are subpar. Woo, child. These dates. No, I do not want to just get food on every single date. On the first date, we do not always have to go get food. Can we be adventurous? Woo, please preach it, Jesus. I don't understand why.
Something tells me she's going to start talking about things that cost money. And again, if you're dating a guy who doesn't make a lot of money, who's making just above like minimum wage and maybe has a car note and maybe has to pay his mom rent. And again, if he's living with his mom, you shouldn't be dating him. Now, if he's on his own, then you got to understand the dude got rent. He got rent to pay. So there ain't a whole lot of dates until he starts making a lot more money, or at least a little more money.
Like, I love food, don't get me wrong, but I would be extremely impressed by the next dude that says to me, hey, let's go, I don't know, go-karting. Something different. We could eat
That's
after.
not that expensive.
But can we do something outside of just food? Like, there's go-karting, hiking, picnics.
Okay, I was wrong. Go-karting, not that expensive. You can borrow $20 from your homeboy and take her go-karting. Hiking, doesn't cost any money. Picnics, I guess he can raid his mom's fridge and make some sandwiches and PB&J and some, pickles or something. I get it. Okay.
Spend the night, well, this is like for couples that are a little bit more advanced in their relationship. Spend the night at a hotel for a night. Something different. Like, let's go to Colorado. Let's find a random state to go to. Let's go to Wisconsin and, I don't know, explore Wisconsin. Exciting. Like, the dates are so subpar. And, like, once again, once a guy gets a girl, you have to keep pursuing her until you make her your wife. And then after you make her your wife, you do even more. Because that woman most likely will be pushing out your big-headed kids. So you need to worship the ground she walks on.
No. Again, stop with the propaganda about having to worship her. It don't work like that. It's never worked like that. The guys who will die for you, he doesn't worship the ground you walk on. He doesn't. He deserves just as much praise, if not more, because he's the head of the household. If you're the head of the household, oh my gosh. I think she needs some therapy. Not that I wholly believe in therapy, but I think she needs some help. He should not be worshiping the ground you walk on. Especially if you're a stay-at-home mom and he's paying all the bills, you need to be washing his feet. That's what you need to be doing.
Period. Okay? But yes, please be more adventurous with the dates. And even if you want to do dinner, say like food is y'all thing, can we find some nice restaurants, some different, unique experience restaurants? Like, if you live in, like, near the city or something, like, or any city, I'm sure there are some really interesting, cool restaurants. Like, let's do an escape room. Let's, I don't know, go to the trampoline park. Let's go skydiving. Something cool. A helicopter ride. Something. And make sure you got my flowers with me and opening my car door and opening doors for me. Like, please. Oh, my word. Like, It's the little things. For me, the little things.
See, and I don't have a problem with a lot of stuff she's saying. I really don't. And this video's starting to run long, and I want to probably cut it short. But I don't have a problem with a lot of stuff she says. I think the problem with what she's saying is that most young women don't think this way. Most women aren't on the same page. And guys are conditioned. We are conditioned animals. You condition us to treat you a certain way. You condition us to act a certain way. So if most women aren't acting like her, then most guys aren't going to act like her. So, and I'm sure, I don't know where it is that you're finding guys, young lady, but wherever it is that you're finding these gentlemen, it's not the right place. If you're at the club or the bar or something like that, those guys are out there and they're looking pretty much for one thing. They're not looking for a wife in the bar and the club. So that's not going to be it. So anyway, thanks for hanging out with us, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate the time. This is Timeout. Didn't really get to say the catchphrase a whole lot in the first episode. But anyway, remember to hit the comments. Let us know what you think of the video. Remember to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell now. Help us get pushed to the top of the algorithm. And we are jetting. No, maybe. Sometime.